Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the chilling world of school lockdowns. So, grab a seat, turn off the lights, and let's explore some of the most terrifying school lockdown experiences that will leave you on the edge of your seat. If you enjoy videos like these, please subscribe as it helps a lot. Story 1. This incident took place 2 years ago, and the details are still etched in my memory. It was near the end of the school day, and I was on my way to my last period class, history, a subject I struggled with and disliked, including the teacher. At that point, I had no motivation to even attend the class, so I decided to skip and hide out in one of the bathroom stalls at the back of the school, where hardly anyone went. As I was playing a game on my phone in the furthest stall, the sudden blare of the principal's voice over the intercom announcing a lockdown made me jump. Though I initially assumed it was just a drill, the power suddenly cutting out and the bathroom going pitch black made me realize this was no practice run. Panicked, I texted my friend, who informed me a student armed with a knife was trying to break into classrooms. Hearing that, I stayed put in the stall, trying to remain as quiet as possible. Soon, the bathroom door opened and someone else entered the stall next to mine, also hiding. We sat in tense silence until the announcement came to exit the school. As I made my way to the front, my friend revealed the shocking truth. The intruder had tried to rob a nearby gas station and was now hiding somewhere in the school. I immediately informed the police, who searched the bathroom and found the window broken, realizing the suspect had escaped. In the following days, I became the unwitting center of attention due to my involvement in the incident. To this day, the thought of having unknowingly shared a hiding spot with a dangerous criminal is deeply unsettling. Story 2. Not long ago, I landed my first real teaching job at a public elementary school in a nearby neighborhood. It was the start of the school year, and as a rookie teacher, I was still getting the hang of things. Teaching a first grade class of about 20 students could be quite chaotic at times, especially given my lack of experience. One day, as I was having the kids work on a spelling worksheet, the principal's voice suddenly came over the loudspeaker, ordering a lockdown. Being new to the school, I wasn't aware of their lockdown drill procedures. Nonetheless, I knew I had to follow protocol. I turned off the lights, locked the doors and windows, and had the students sit silently against the walls. After a few tense minutes of complete silence, I started to hear banging on doors down the hall. My heart raced as the sounds grew louder, unsure if it was just the principal checking the classrooms or an actual intruder. That uncertainty was shattered when one of my students burst into tears, the noise too much for them. The banging outside stopped in response, followed by a man's voice yelling that there were kids in the classroom. Realizing this was no drill, I watched helplessly as the intruders made increasingly forceful attempts to break down the door. The children were all crying and screaming in fear, and I felt completely unprepared for this situation. Suddenly, 2 gunshots rang out. The police had arrived and were engaging the intruders, who then fled down the hall. After a harrowing 30 minutes, we were given the all clear. It turned out the intruders were 3 local high school students, though their motives remained unclear. Thankfully, no one was physically harmed, with the police claiming the shots were warning rounds. To this day, the bullet holes from that incident can still be seen in the school's hallway. While the experience was deeply traumatic, I've continued teaching first grade at the same school and in the same classroom. It's a testament to my resilience and a reminder of the challenges teachers can face. Story 3. I was in middle school when this incident happened. In fact, it was on the very last day of the school year. It was late May, and our school would hold a sort of field day celebration for the students on the final day. Back then, I was a pretty active kid, but unfortunately, due to a recent concussion, I was unable to participate in any of the games that day. Disappointed, I opted to sit alone in my science classroom and play on my Nintendo Switch, as there wasn't much else for me to do. The teachers who weren't supervising the outdoor activities were in a meeting across the hall, and I figured my teacher, Miss Allen, had closed the classroom door to ensure I couldn't overhear their discussion. After playing for about an hour, the classroom door suddenly swung open, and a man I'd never seen before walked in, closing the door behind him. He appeared to be in his 50s, and I assumed he might be a parent coming to bring a student their lunch, which wasn't unusual. But when I asked if he was looking for someone, he responded in an offended tone and started walking towards me. To my horror, the man then lifted his shirt to reveal a handgun on his waistband and told me in a shockingly casual manner that he needed me to come with him or he would kill me. Gripped by fear, I was unable to react before he grabbed my wrist and started pulling me towards the door. But just as we reached the hallway, the school's deafening lockdown alarm began blaring. The man instantly released my wrist and fled down the hall and out a back exit. I was left standing in shock until Miss Allen returned, explaining that there had been an intruder and a lockdown, which was now over. I immediately told her about the man, and she brought me to a police officer on the premises. It turned out the man had been scoping out the school all morning, and when he was spotted approaching the building, the police were called, leading to the lockdown. The man was later caught and admitted he had been trying to kidnap students. To this day, I'm profoundly grateful the lockdown alarm went off when it did, as the reality of what could have happened still horrifies me. If you enjoyed these horror stories, please like and subscribe, and stay safe. Have a grotesquely wonderful day.